Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Here we go. You should be doing Wednesday activities for April 29th, 2020, and I'm here to just go over some of those activities with you today. So, of course, you will have, like you have been having, your phonics lesson. So you'll click here and it will be Miss Robbins giving you your lesson on your new pattern, which is the AW, AU, AW, AUGH, and AL. So all of those spelling patterns make the same ah sound, like ah, and she'll explain more and give you some of your phonics words. You're going to do something a little bit different than the sentences you've been doing. And so you are actually going to go on more of a scavenger hunt. You can look through books, magazines, newspapers, or any other thing to find words using those patterns. So, for example, I grabbed books that I had just like lying around and I just started flipping through them. You could like sit down and read or just flip through books you have read before. And then if you come across a word that has an AU, AW, AUGH, or AL spelling, make sure to read it and that it follows the pattern. But for example, I was reading or I flipped through This is a Moose book, and I, on the first page, found the pattern. This moose wants to be an astronaut. So if you can hear as I say astronaut, the AU, there it is. So then what I would do is once you start finding words on a piece of paper, you can make a table. If you look at my screen, I'll show you an example. You can kind of make a table like this. And so you could put the word over here. So I'm going to take it from the book, astronaut. And then maybe just write down like where you found it. So if it's like a magazine, you could just write like the title or what the magazine's called. So this is a moose book. And then I would just keep going. So you could keep looking in that same book. Or if you don't find more in that book, you could always go to another book or a magazine or newspaper. So I kind of stopped with this book because I couldn't find any more. So I moved to a Jimmy Carter book. And I found another word, lawmakers. So it says those laws, or I could use that, did not change. However, because other lawmakers did not agree with him. So I could use that word because, again, the pattern is the ah, and that word uses the AW to make that sound. Lawmakers. And I could just write Jimmy Carter book just to keep track. Not law markers. There you go. So that's what you'll be doing for phonics today. So I would say go scavenger hunt for at least 10 words using those phonics spelling rules. And then you can make your chart, kind of track what you found, and then submit that to your dojo portfolio. And then you have optional, you can write sentences with the words, and there are the spelling city games, okay, to keep practicing. But just make sure that you're doing the scavenger hunt and submitting that for your work today, okay? After that, you'll move to math, click the lesson, participate in the lesson. So as Miss Shouter's saying pause in her videos, pause the video and do like the review. Try to do it on your own before then she goes through it. Listen to the model, do it with her. So then you're ready to do the guided on your own. And then, of course, pause and do the quick check. And then take a picture of your quick check and turn that in. Once you're done with your quick check, don't forget that you also have to come back and do the activity. Okay, so don't just stop at the lesson and the quick check, come back and do the activity. So once you turn in the quick check, the activity is, I'm going to click on it, even and odd task cards. So you could print these out if you can, and then do like write your answers on a piece of paper, or you could just click it and pull it up and write 1 through 8 and write the answers on a piece of paper and submit that. So it gives you a picture of items or a picture of a number. So like number 1, it gives you a picture of all those black dots. And number 2 is more of just a number. And then you have to decide, is that even or odd? So as you're watching the video today for your math lesson, Ms. Shouter has gone through how to look at even or odd numbers and represent them with a doubles fact or doubles plus 1, depending if it's even or odd. And she also on Monday showed you how you can go through and pair up the items. And if they're all paired up, meaning they all have a buddy, that number is even. If they do not have, if one is left out without a buddy, it's an odd number. So you could also prove and work through this by showing that you paired up the items, or maybe if you have 21, you draw out 21 circles and show that you paired them. Is that even or odd? Okay, so you're just going to answer 1 through 8 and then submit that for your work. And that should be all your activities for today. And then if you need a little bit more practice with even or odd, there's some optional additional even and odd task cards there as well. All right, guys, have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you later. Bye.